News on the Idaho murder case. A couple of sources with knowledge of the investigation have told News Nation some details that up until now we did not know. Let me lay a few of these details out, but I do want to warn you that this is graphic information and it is uncomfortable to hear this because we're talking about innocent kids who were killed in that home back in October. And not only that, this is evidence that likely will come out in court at some point. Whether it will be germane to who the killer is or not, that remains to be seen. But it could be evidence nonetheless. With that in mind, let me let you know what these sources have told News Nation. Number one, they told us that the victims, Kaylee Gonzalez and Madison Mogan, were killed first, and they confirmed that Ethan Chapin and Xana Kernodle were killed on the second floor afterwards. And these are some of the other details that they have released. They said that Ethan Chapin was killed in the doorway of Xana Kernodle's room before the killer set upon Xana. The sources say that it appeared Ethan had stepped partly into the hallway where the attack may have begun. These sources also say that Ethan Chapin suffered a slash to the neck, and Xana Kernodle were killed on the second floor afterwards. And these are some of the other details that they have released. They said that Ethan Chapin was killed in the doorway of Xana Kernodle's room before the killer set upon Xana. The sources say that it appeared Ethan had stepped partly into the hallway where the attack may have begun. These sources also say that Ethan Chapin suffered a slash to the neck.
Welcome back to my mental health and crime channel. My name is Huda London. This is education purpose only. This is the case of the Idaho 4. May the victims rest in peace, condolence to the families, and may the correct justice be served. Today I'd like to talk a bit about Ethan Chapin and Xana Kernodle. This clip that I just played y'all from Ashley Banfield, News Nation, was a couple of weeks into the case. So that would be 2.5 years ago. Couple of our sources told her, and it was actually many other mainstream news channels talking about that too, that Ethan Chapin was found on the doorway. Let that sink in. You actually heard that right. Let me start by saying that this is for education purpose only. This is all my thoughts, my opinions, my speculations, and nothing else. Everyone's entitled to having their own thoughts. I'm not pushing anyone to have my thoughts or my ideas of what could have happened in such a horrific case where 4 victims lost their life, 4 young victims. But we just want the correct justice. And to get the correct justice, sometimes you end up going into unwanted places where the people don't want to even to get involved. When DM his 911 statements came out, I was kind of very surprised. And if you'll watch my clips of the last 3 weeks, I've been mentioning that the whole time. One thing that caught me in complete shock is that the surviving roommates never discuss Ethan Chapin. I find that to be very strange because Ethan is always seen with his girlfriend, Xana. Many people must have seen him in the party that night. It was very strange that no pictures were seen on Snapchat, Instagram, social media, TikTok, YouTube, whatever it is. There was nothing seen of Ethan Chapin and Xana Kernodle that night. That should be the first red flag. These are young adults who seem to be taking a lot of pictures on the daily basis. And that was Vandals night, although they lost, I believe. That was the same night there was sorority and fraternity parties going on. Kaylee came to show off her new car, her new Jeep. She came definitely to celebrate with her friend Maddie, but something else was going on. So when Ashley Banfield's sources had been telling her, and it was everywhere on all the news reports, that Ethan was found on the doorway of XANAS' bedroom, she said he was halfway in and halfway out. Maybe he heard footsteps, maybe he knew there was someone in the house. That's what they want us to believe, but I really believe that Ethan and Xana were unalived, were deleted before Maddie and Kaylee. But let's go back to this fact that Ethan was, if you'll remember the memorial speech the pastor read out for DM and BF, they speak so highly of Ethan, like they got to know him, obviously because Ethan was spending the last couple of months in Xana's house, Xana's room, so he became another roommate for them. DM said that she enjoyed his company and they're saying a lot of good things about Ethan. So they know that there was a party that night. We have DM who could have escapoted evidence and was at the Sigma Chi fraternity party. So she could have witnessed a fight between David Baraccia, David Lott, those two against Xana and Ethan. Everyone knew there was tensions. Fortune said that it was brewing for a very long time. So whoever came to attack Ethan and Xana, I don't believe are the same bunch, same group that came for Kaylee and Maddie. And then there are more red flags. Now that the 911 call and transcript has come out, we can clearly see that Ethan is not being mentioned. Not by DM, not by BF. I believe sometime later that day, between 10 to 11, is when they start calling all the roommates to get an alibi. That is the only time they call ECs for. Besides that, they don't mention Ethan. Quite strange. They mention seeing Xana on the floor. But then it's strange. You would have actually seen Ethan on the doorway, like Ashley Banfield said. And like the other news reporter said, it leaked out from the grand jury. 2 victims attended Sigma Chi party before the massacres. 2 victims attended the Sigma Chi party before the massacres. David Lott said he could see from his room on the upper floor directly into the 2nd floor and 3rd floor of 1122 Kings Road. He said, when the lights go off, we're going to do it within 19 minutes, which they did, I believe, from 2:53 to 3:12, when the figures are running, is 19 minutes. They're not going to take any phones. They were not going to use any GUNS. That's too loud, they said. So there was a fight, either in front of Sigma Chi or inside Sigma Chi. That police report hasn't been let out. And then there was 2:54. The police were called at the Banfield. They're trying to get us confused on those two. The Alpha, Kappa, Lambda boys, those are the three boys at Banfield, and Saeed are definitely involved. Saeed is watching crime scene pictures, and the three boys in the alcohol shop did not make sense at all. They look like they came from the direction of 1122 King Road, and they were going to Alpha, Kappa, Lambda. They're going across the field to one of those buildings there.